Are you faithfully drinking your daily glass of milk or swallowing that large calcium pill every single morning, truly believing you're doing the absolute best thing for your bone health? What if I told you that for millions of American seniors, that simple, well-intentioned habit might be a false promise? It's a shocking thought, but the numbers don't lie. More than 10 million Americans right now are living with osteoporosis. A staggering 44 million more have low bone density, placing them at a severe risk for a fracture. And here is the kicker. A huge number of these folks are already taking calcium supplements. They're already drinking milk. Yet they are still just one simple fall, one misstep off a curb away from a life-altering hip or spine fracture that can steal their independence. So, in this video, I am going to reveal the 7 scientifically proven ingredients that you must have with your calcium to actually rebuild your bones. These are the cofactors, the workers, and the blueprints that tell that calcium where to go and what to do. Forget everything you thought you knew about calcium pills. And if you stay with me until the very end, I'm not just going to give you a shopping list. I'm going to show you my exact, simple, bone rebuilder daily milk recipe that combines these powerhouses. And I will reveal the one common ingredient you might be eating every single day that is actively blocking your body from absorbing these nutrients, no matter how much you take. You must know what this is. Let's get started. The first and most surprising ingredient is prunes, what our grandmothers called dried plums. When you think of prunes, you're probably thinking about one thing: digestion. For decades, they've been typecast as a fiber supplement. Most people would never think to eat them for their bones, and they are missing out on one of the most powerful bone builders on the planet. Prunes are a bone-building powerhouse for 2 key reasons. They're loaded with boron and vitamin K. Boron is a trace mineral that acts as a mineral sealant. Its job is to tell your kidneys to stop flushing out calcium and magnesium. It helps your body hold on to the minerals you have. Secondly, the high dose of vitamin K in prunes helps activate osteocalcin, that traffic cop protein we talked about that literally grabs calcium and binds it to your bone matrix. The science on this is stunning. A landmark study from Florida State University, published in the British Journal of Nutrition, tested postmenopausal women, the highest risk group, for 1 year. The group that ate a serving of prunes, about 100 grams or 8 to 10 prunes per day, had significantly higher bone mineral density in their spine and forearm compared to the group that ate dried apples. A follow-up study from Penn State found that eating just 5 to 6 prunes a day was enough to help prevent bone loss. Now you're probably thinking, how on earth do I add prunes to my milk? You're right, just dropping them in a glass sounds terrible. But this is the first key ingredient for the bone rebuilder milk recipe I'm going to show you in just a few minutes, which blends them perfectly and makes them delicious. This is the first step to truly upgrading your milk. The second ingredient is something you may already have for snacking: almonds or simple almond butter. For years, many seniors were told to fear nuts because of their fat content. We were told they were too high in calories. We see them as a simple snack, not as a critical piece of the bone health puzzle. Many people who are trying to be healthy are still buying low-fat products, which are useless for bone health. Almonds are one of the richest food sources of magnesium. This is the gatekeeper mineral. Your body cannot convert the vitamin D you get from fortified milk or the sun into its active, usable form without magnesium. If you are low in magnesium, your vitamin D is useless. It's that simple. By adding almonds, you are providing the spark plug that ignites your vitamin D, which in turn unlocks the door to let calcium into your bloodstream. On top of that, almonds provide more calcium, protein for the bone matrix, and even more of that trace mineral, boron. A 2017 review in the journal Nutrients directly linked higher magnesium intake with higher bone mineral density and a lower risk of fractures. The NIH states that older adults are one of the groups most likely to be deficient in magnesium. A single serving, about a quarter cup of almonds, provides nearly 25% of your daily magnesium needs. The third ingredient to add is plain, unsweetened Greek yogurt, or kefir. This is a tricky one. Most people walk down the yogurt aisle and buy a disaster. They buy the fruit on the bottom or vanilla flavors, which are nothing more than sugar-filled desserts. They're actively harming their health, thinking they're doing something good. We're adding plain Greek yogurt for two reasons. First, it's a fantastic source of vitamin K2. How? The fermentation process. Specific healthy bacteria used to make yogurt and kefir create vitamin K2 as part of their metabolic process. This is the traffic cop that tells calcium to get out of your arteries and go into your bones. On top of that, Greek yogurt is a source of probiotics. A healthy gut is essential for absorbing minerals. You can eat all the healthy food in the world, but if your gut microbiome is unhealthy, you won't absorb the calcium, magnesium, or zinc. Probiotics fix the foundation of your nutrition.
This goes back to the famous Rotterdam study. It showed that the participants who ate the most fermented foods, like cheese and yogurt, had the lowest rates of heart disease and fractures, specifically because of their high vitamin K2 intake. You're adding the traffic cop and the gut healer in one scoop. The fourth ingredient is ground flaxseed. You may have a bag of flax seeds in your pantry. You bought it because you heard it was healthy, but you don't really know what to do with it. Or worse, you sprinkle the whole seeds on a salad, not knowing that the whole seed just passes right through your body, completely undigested. We are adding ground flaxseed because it is the single richest plant-based source of omega-3 fatty acids in the form of ALA. Omega-3s are the most powerful natural anti-inflammatory food you can eat. What does this have to do with bones? Everything. Chronic, low-grade inflammation is the primary signal that activates your osteoclasts, the demolition crew cells that dissolve your bones. When you are in a state of inflammation, your body is in a 24/7 breakdown mode. The omega-3s in flax calm this inflammation, telling the demolition crew to stand down. This finally allows your bone-building construction crew, osteoblasts, to catch up and do their job. A 2012 meta-analysis in the journal Nutrients reviewed multiple studies and found that omega-3 supplementation was directly associated with positive effects on bone mineral density. The lignans in flax also have a mild estrogenic effect, which is highly protective for bones, especially in postmenopausal women. The fifth ingredient is a large handful of fresh spinach. I know what you're thinking. Spinach? In my milk? It sounds strange, but just like the prunes, this is a vital component. Most people think of spinach for iron, but they are completely overlooking its role in bone structure. Spinach is one of the world's best sources of vitamin K1. We talked about K2 from yogurt, but K1 is its partner. K1 is critical for activating the proteins within the bone-building process. It's also another fantastic source of magnesium. A single cup of raw spinach delivers a huge payload of both of these nutrients. It's a 2-for-1 ingredient that provides the gatekeeper, magnesium, and the activator, vitamin K1, at the same time. Data from the famous Framingham heart study, which has followed thousands of people for decades, showed a clear link. Participants with the highest intake of vitamin K1, primarily from leafy greens like spinach, had a significantly lower risk of hip fracture. And don't worry, when we blend this into our morning milk as part of the recipe, I promise you won't even taste it. The sixth ingredient is a tablespoon of pumpkin seeds, also called pepitas. These are often seen as just a seasonal snack, something to roast after Halloween. Most people don't think of them as a daily medicinal food. They might grab a handful, but they aren't intentionally adding them to their bone health routine. Pumpkin seeds are one of the world's most concentrated food sources of zinc, and once again, magnesium. Zinc is the foreman of your bone-building construction crew. Your osteoblasts, the cells that build new bones, need zinc to function. Zinc is a required cofactor for the enzymes that synthesize your collagen matrix. It is a direct build signal. A zinc deficiency means your foreman has gone home, and the construction site, your bones, falls silent. The American Journal of Clinical Nutrition published research showing a direct, undeniable correlation between low zinc levels and osteoporosis in older adults. Just 1 ounce of pumpkin seeds provides nearly 15% of your daily zinc and a whopping 40% of your daily magnesium. And the 7th and final ingredient, a cup of strawberries or any vitamin C-rich berry. When you think of strawberries or oranges, you think vitamin C for a cold. You think immune system. You would never connect eating a berry to healing a bone fracture. This is the most overlooked link of all. Your bone is not a hard rock. It is a flexible, living protein matrix that is then mineralized. What is that protein matrix made of? Collagen. Over 90% of the protein in your bones is collagen. It's like the rebar that the concrete is poured onto. Here's the key. Your body cannot make collagen without vitamin C. Vitamin C is the essential spark plug that links the amino acid building blocks together to form the strong collagen scaffolding. Without vitamin C, you can have all the calcium in the world, but it has nothing to stick to. A 2018 study in the journal Osteoporosis International found that people with higher intakes of vitamin C had significantly higher bone mineral density. Another study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition directly linked high vitamin C intake to a lower risk of hip fractures. It's the glue that holds your bones together. Okay, let's pause and take a breath. Prunes, almonds, Greek yogurt, flaxseed, spinach, pumpkin seeds, and strawberries.
Now I know what you're thinking. That sounds like a very long and complicated grocery list. Do I have to eat all of these every single day? How do I even combine them? This seems more complicated than a pill. I am here to tell you it's not. In fact, it is simpler, cheaper, and infinitely more effective. The question is this a lost cause? Is there an easy way to do this? The answer from modern nutrition science is an emphatic yes. Your bones are living tissue. They are constantly in a state of remodeling. They want to heal. You just need to stop giving them one lonely, isolated ingredient and start giving them the real food, the entire team they've been begging for. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do that right now. As I promised, I am not going to leave you with a complex shopping list. I'm going to give you 3 simple, proven strategies, starting with the recipe that brings this all together using that milk from our title. First, here is my Bone Rebuilder Daily Smoothie. This is how you turn your simple glass of milk into a true bone-building meal. Forget the pill, this is the real solution. The base. Start with 10 to 12 ounces of your preferred liquid. This can be regular fortified milk, which has calcium and added vitamin D, or a fortified unsweetened almond milk, which also has calcium and D. The power fruit. Add 4 to 5 prunes, dried plums, and 1 cup of strawberries, fresh or frozen. This covers your boron, vitamin K, and vitamin C. The creamy base and minerals. Add half a cup of plain Greek yogurt and 1 tablespoon of almond butter. This gives you the K2, probiotics, magnesium, and healthy fats. The super seeds. Add 1 tablespoon of ground flaxseed and 1 tablespoon of pumpkin seeds. This is your omega-3, your zinc, and another hit of magnesium. The green. Add 1 large handful of fresh spinach. I promise you, with the berries and the almond butter, you will not taste it, but your bones will. Blend this for 60 seconds. In one single glass, you have just given your body the entire 7-ingredient construction crew that it needs to turn that milk's calcium into new, strong, flexible bone. Second, the strategy for eliminating the saboteurs. This is the bonus promise I made you. It does no good to drink this powerful smoothie if other foods are blocking its absorption or leaching minerals from your bones. The number one blocker is still phytic acid. This is especially relevant now. As I said, phytic acid is in grains, nuts, and seeds. The solution for the seeds in your smoothie is to buy them already ground, like flaxseed meal, or to soak your pumpkin seeds overnight before blending. For your bread, choose sourdough or sprouted grain bread. The sprouting and fermentation processes neutralize the phytic acid, unlocking the minerals. The number 2 blocker is excess salt. This is the real enemy. When your kidneys work overtime to flush excess salt from your body, from canned soups, frozen dinners, processed meats, they don't do it alone. They pull calcium out of your bloodstream to do it, which your body then has to steal from your bones. You are literally flushing your bone density down the toilet. Read your labels. Cook at home. Third, the activation signal. You can drink the smoothie, you can avoid the salt, but you must do this one last thing to tell your bones it's time to build. Your bones only get stronger when they are stressed. They need impact. This doesn't mean you need to go jogging, which can be hard on the joints. All you need is weight-bearing exercise. Just walk. A brisk 30-minute walk every day, letting your heels strike the pavement, sends a shock wave up your skeleton that signals your osteoblasts to get to work. Do this right now. Stand up and just stomp your feet firmly 10 times. 1, 2, 3, all the way to 10. Do that twice a day. Studies on impact therapy have shown this simple 10-second stomp can help signal your bones to start new bone formation. You are sending the build signal. Now you have the true blueprint. You know that calcium is just a lonely brick and that it needs the team of real foods, the prunes, the almonds, the yogurt, the flax, the spinach, the pumpkin seeds, and the berries, to actually build the house. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these 7 foods was the biggest surprise to you? Was it learning that prunes are powerful bone builders, or that strawberries are essential for your bones' collagen? Please leave your answer in the comments section below. Let's start a conversation. Your experience and your questions can validate what another person is feeling right now, and that's how we build a strong community. And of course, if this video brought you value, if you learned something that could truly protect your health, the absolute best way to thank us is to share this video with one person you love. Send this link to a sister, a friend, your spouse, or anyone you know who is worried about their bone health. You could be helping to change their life and protect them from a devastating fall. And of course, if you're new here and you want more science-backed practical information to help you thrive, don't forget to click like, subscribe, and hit that little notification bell so you never miss a video that could protect your health. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video. And while you wait, check out this other video right here on your screen about the 3 health foods that might be secretly wrecking your joints. Stay strong.